Significant milestones in gay and LGBT history, an ongoing journey towards acceptance and equality. Introduction. The history of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender, LGBT, community is marked by a long and arduous journey towards acceptance, tolerance, and equal rights. Throughout the ages, this diverse community has faced discrimination, persecution, and marginalization. Despite these challenges, the LGBT community has made significant strides in its quest for equality and recognition. In this video, we explore some of the pivotal milestones in gay and LGBT history, showcasing the progress made over the centuries. Ancient civilizations, a spectrum of acceptance. While many ancient societies had a nuanced approach to sexual orientation and gender identity, acceptance varied across cultures. In ancient Greece, for example, same-sex relationships between men were not only tolerated but celebrated. The ancient Chinese also had a more inclusive view of same-sex relationships. In contrast, the Roman Empire vacillated between periods of tolerance and suppression. Middle Ages, religious persecution. The spread of Christianity in Europe during the Middle Ages brought about a significant shift in societal attitudes toward homosexuality. The Church played a crucial role in demonizing same-sex relationships, leading to widespread persecution and punishment. Despite this repression, there were instances of same-sex love and gender diversity, often hidden within art and literature. The Renaissance and Enlightenment periods, shifting perspectives. The Renaissance and Enlightenment periods in Europe marked crucial milestones in the evolving understanding of homosexuality and the broader spectrum of human sexuality. Renaissance, a time of artistic expression. The Renaissance, spanning roughly from the 14th to the 17th century, was a period of significant artistic and intellectual exploration. It brought about a more nuanced view of same-sex relationships and gender diversity, notably in art, literature, and philosophy. Artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo, known for their masterpieces, were believed to have had same-sex relationships. Though it is essential to remember that societal attitudes toward homosexuality were still largely repressive. Nonetheless, the flourishing of art and culture during the Renaissance allowed for the expression of diverse sexual and gender identities in a way that had been suppressed during the Middle Ages. Enlightenment, paving the way for rational discourse. The Enlightenment, which flourished from the late 17th to the 18th century, was marked by a commitment to reason, science, and individual rights. It had a profound impact on changing societal attitudes, although progress remained slow. Enlightenment thinkers like Voltaire and Montesquieu championed the principles of liberty and equality, which laid the intellectual groundwork for future discussions on human rights, including those of sexual and gender minorities. However, it is important to note that the Enlightenment was not a panacea for LGBTQ+ rights, as discrimination and persecution persisted. The transition to the civil rights movement and Stonewall riots. While the Renaissance and Enlightenment periods did not directly lead to a sudden shift in societal attitudes towards the LGBT community, they did contribute to a more diverse and open dialogue about human sexuality and the importance of individual rights. This openness to discussion and new ideas paved the way for future movements, including the gay rights movement of the 20th century, which culminated in the Stonewall riots in 1969. The Stonewall riots served as a catalyst for the modern LGBTQ+ rights movement, pushing for more visible and significant changes in societal attitudes and legislation. The historical context, from the Renaissance to the Enlightenment and beyond, played a role in shaping the social and cultural backdrop against which the struggle for LGBTQ+ rights would unfold. The Civil Rights Movement, intersecting struggles. The Civil Rights Movement in the United States, which primarily took place in the mid-20th century, was a pivotal period in history that intersected with the broader fight for LGBTQ+ rights. This era marked a significant milestone in the collective journey toward acceptance and equal rights for marginalized communities, including racial minorities and the LGBTQ+ population. During the Civil Rights Movement, African Americans and their allies, led by figures such as Martin Luther King Jr., fought for an end to racial segregation, discrimination, and systemic racism. This struggle for civil rights brought issues of social justice and equality to the forefront of American society and paved the way for other marginalized groups, including the LGBTQ+ community, to demand their rights and recognition. Intersectionality, the LGBTQ+ community and the civil rights movement.
The concept of intersectionality, first coined by Kimberly Crenshaw in the late 20th century, is particularly relevant when considering the relationship between the LGBTQ+ rights movement and the civil rights movement. Intersectionality recognizes that individuals may experience overlapping and interconnected forms of discrimination based on their various identities, such as race, gender, sexual orientation, and more. In the context of the civil rights movement, the LGBTQ+ community included individuals from diverse racial and ethnic backgrounds, and many identified as both Black and LGBTQ+. For these individuals, the fight for civil rights and LGBTQ+ rights were inherently intertwined. Marsha P. Johnson, a Black transgender woman, and Sylvia Rivera, a Latina transgender woman, were prominent figures in the LGBTQ+ rights movement. Having been involved in the Stonewall riots and co-founding the Gay Liberation Front, their advocacy for both LGBTQ+ and racial justice exemplified the intersectionality of these struggles. Legal progress and influential figures. The civil rights movement set a precedent for legal and social change. Significant legislation, such as the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965, aimed to dismantle racial discrimination in the United States. These legal victories laid the groundwork for subsequent legal changes that would also benefit the LGBTQ+ community. Additionally, LGBTQ+ activists such as Bayard Rustin, an openly gay man, played vital roles in the broader civil rights movement. Rustin's activism helped bridge the gap between the two movements, emphasizing the interconnectedness of the struggles for racial and LGBTQ+ equality. The intersection grows. Over the years, the connections between the LGBTQ+ rights movement and other civil rights movements, including those for racial, gender, and disability rights, have continued to evolve. These intersections have influenced policies and public perception. As the struggles for equality have grown more intertwined, they have contributed to a more inclusive and diverse understanding of human rights. The civil rights movement, with its emphasis on equal rights and social justice, provided an essential backdrop for the LGBTQ+ rights movement, emphasizing the importance of collective action and the interconnected nature of these struggles. The fight for LGBTQ+ rights remains a part of the ongoing journey toward acceptance, tolerance, and equality for all. Stonewall Riots, 1969, a turning point. The 1969 Stonewall Riots in New York City marked a turning point in the modern LGBT rights movement. A series of spontaneous protests against police raids on the Stonewall Inn, a popular gay bar, these riots became a symbol of resistance and the birth of the modern LGBTQ+ rights movement. The event galvanized the community and led to the formation of various gay rights organizations. Declassification of homosexuality as a mental disorder, 1973. The American Psychiatric Association's decision to declassify homosexuality as a mental disorder in 1973 was a significant milestone in the journey towards acceptance. This move helped shift societal perceptions of homosexuality, challenging the pathologization of same-sex attraction. The AIDS crisis, 1980s, community resilience. The 1980s saw the emergence of the HIV/AIDS epidemic, which disproportionately affected the LGBT community. While this crisis brought immense suffering, it also catalyzed community organizing and political activism. Organizations like ACT UP, AIDS Coalition to Unleash Power, fought for better healthcare, research, and social support, demonstrating the community's resilience and strength. Legalization of same-sex marriage, 21st century. In the 21st century, the legalization of same-sex marriage in numerous countries represented a landmark victory for the LGBT community. The United States Supreme Court's decision in Obergefell v. Hodges in 2015 affirmed that same-sex couples have a constitutional right to marry, setting a powerful precedent. Transgender rights, 21st century. Transgender rights have become a prominent focus of the LGBT movement. Legal recognition of gender identity, protection against discrimination, and access to healthcare for transgender individuals have been central issues in the fight for equality. The increasing visibility and advocacy of transgender people have helped push these issues to the forefront. Conclusion. The history of the LGBT community is a testament to the strength and resilience of individuals who have fought for acceptance and equality. From the ancient world to the modern era, milestones in gay and LGBT history reflect a long and challenging journey, marked by moments of triumph and progress. The struggle for equal rights continues, but the achievements and milestones along the way remind us that positive change is possible. When people come together to demand justice and acceptance for all, regardless of sexual orientation or gender identity. The story of the LGBT community is a story of hope, courage, and the power of collective action. Thank you for watching. I hope this video offers a deeper insight into the history of the LGBT community as well as gay rights and changing norms throughout history. Please subscribe for more videos like this. What I call the Renaissance spirit. The Renaissance spirit more than just a style, but a style for living, growing, learning and thinking. Love is love. Live the Renaissance spirit.